Hi, gamers. What's going on? What's going on, gamers? Hey, I'm in Brazilian. I got an island here. I just upgraded it to level 2. Haven't even been on it yet. And I want to make a base here. Damn, 4 million. So what is that? 2.5 million. It was, how much was it first time around? I want to say it was like 500,000. So damn, that's like 3 million. And then another 4 to go to level 3. Good God, these islands are expensive to upgrade. Well, let's go check it out. I'm trying to think what I need. But actually, I don't know if I'm going to do this right now because you know how on your weapons, shit, I ain't got no weapons on me. Damn it. I got any weapons in here? Dang. Why's my crap not working? Alright, where is a freaking weapon? Oh my god. I did a video on this area, the yellow zone part of this, but I didn't like what I said in it. It was, I got on somewhere, I was extremely sleep deprivated. Imagine that. Oh my gosh, there's nothing in here. Anyway, I don't like to get off on certain topics, especially when I'm playing a game. And I went into some weird-ass philosophy and psychology that I am no expert in whatsoever. Anyway, I watched it the next day and I'm like, oh my god, what the hell's wrong with you? So I deleted it. I just deleted it. So you 11 people who watched that, my apologies. Which sucked because it was 1 hour of me gathering tier 5 resources in that yellow zone right out the city here. Good place too. And then you got this neighboring red zones, but I don't know what I'm doing. You know what? I'm gonna pause until I can come up with a game plan here. Yeah, I'm not gonna work on this island right now. What I want to do is I want to test tier 4 weapons, and I'm fixing to find out if what I've just been told is true. That house up there has mostly resources, crafting crap. This down here has weapons. Weapons and armor. See, let's start beginning. Like tier 4, tier 5 and up. Tier 4, tier 5 and up. Tier 4, tier 5 and up. I separated the tier 4 from everything 5 and up. And the reason being, oh, let me get back over there. Tier 4. Say like my battle axe. Get out of the way. You see anything missing here? Mastery modifier. Let me go get my all right, let me craft one real quick. It's a tier 4. I like tier 4 battle axe because I've been leveling it up. I'm so close to, where am I at on it? Oh, I'm only 78 on it. It's my armor. I'm so close. Anyway, tier 4, tier 4. Where the hell is it? Tier 4. Wait a minute. It should be the first on the list. Somebody was complaining. I can't find any of the certain weapon for sale. I'm like, that's why I like to make my own crap. Good choice. So anyway, where'd it land? Good. So anyway, back to what I was trying to get at.
Good luck.
All right, there's a tier. Get out of the way. When you examine it, there's no mastery modifier on this thing. See, the tier 4. This is a tier 4, 85 auto attack damage. I need a base one, don't I? Yeah, because this has been enhanced big time. But anyway, see mastery modifier 5%. 5%. Tier 4 don't have that. Now, what is mastery modifier? Well, give me a second. So first, you gotta ask, what are mastery points? Well, I'm at Wiki's, Albion Online's wiki. What are mastery points? As stated before, the Destiny board rewards players more if they specialize in their profession. This is where masteries come into play. After reaching tier 4, you start to improve not just the general type of weapon you are using, but also the particular weapon you choose to wield. Simply put, the more you focus on one weapon while in combat, one item while crafting, or one resource while gathering or refining, the more powerful or efficient you will become with that particular weapon, item, or resource. Okay, makes sense. Here's how masteries work for each activity type. And then combat. If you always use a broadsword, you will gain fame for your sword fighter skill, which will allow you to use all types of swords, such as claymores and dual swords. You will also learn new skills for all kinds of swords by improving your sword fighter skill. Because you are always using a broadsword, you will increase your mastery with it, starting at level 1 and going all the way to level 100. Each mastery level will slightly increase the item power. That's another thing I want to get into. What is item power? I've heard so much crap about it, but anyway, of your broadsword. Players who focus on increasing masteries on their weapons and armor will eventually deal and resist significantly more damage than players who have no masteries. And in combat fames, once you've reached level 100 in a combat node, any fame you receive for that node will automatically be converted into combat fame credits. It's like right up in the middle. By default, you convert 20% of the fame gained into combat fame credits. If you are activating auto respect, this increases up to 80% of the fame gained. But be aware, though, that this will come at the cost of 1 silver per combat fame credit generated. So it costs silver. I don't think it's worth it, but I don't know. Maybe it is. Haven't played a whole lot with it. You may also manually respect any combat node above level 1 to retrieve fame credits, and I've done it a couple times. Elite levels. Elite levels are 20 additional combat mastery levels that can be unlocked once you've reached level 100. In a specific combat mastery. Unlike mastery levels, these aren't gained passively by gaining fame, but must be unlocked with combat fame credits and your silver. And then crafting, blah, blah, blah. Right now I'm focusing on it. I guess it works the same way for crafting. Increasing your crafting mastery will allow you to craft more efficiently by 1, reducing the number of focus points needed while crafting, and 2, boosting the chance of crafting higher quality items. That's cool. So the higher your level is in that, the better chance you'll be able to produce higher quality weapons and armor, and it'll reduce the number of focus points because you only get what 10,000 a day, I think. So it pays to stay in one, like pick something you want to make a lot of and ride that baby all the way to 100. And the higher you get, the cheaper things will cost. You'll get more resources back when you're crafting, especially when you're making like 0.4s, 5.4s, 6.4s, 8.4s. It's nice to get those resources back because, man, some of them 0.4 resources are millions of silver each. You made me 26 of them. So you got 26, 30 million tied up just in one resource batch. And then maybe just as many more in the other if it takes 2. 3, like Morgana's Nightmare, that little special item. It's 50 something million silver for one item, plus all what it costs to. It's not that much for the horse part, but I think it's we call armored horse. But anyway, you get my point. Things get expensive in this game, silver-wise. I don't know how anybody's a whale in this game because, man, when you start making the elite crap in this game, you could blow hundreds of millions of silver like that. When you start awakening and attuning your weapons, you can blow millions of silver. Anyway, so okay, mastery points. So, what's the mastery modifier? Combat and crafting specialization, unlike fighter and crafter nodes for weapon or armor trees, which are needed to unlock the ability to wear or craft specific tiers of items, combat and crafting specialist nodes offer rewards to item power and focus costs efficiency when leveled up. As an example, the spear fighter node provides 0.2 item power per level to all spears, while the glaive combat specialist node provides 2 item power per level to the glaive specifically, plus another 0.2 item power to all spears, including the glaive. This means a player that has both their spear fighter and glaive combat specialist at level 100 would receive plus 240 item power when using a glaive and plus 40 item power for all other spears. See how having a high mastery stacks the mastery modifier. In addition to item power gained by specialization or specializing, you can gain an additional bonus to item power by using higher tier gear. Using tier 5 plus items adds a percentage of your bonuses from specialization on top. So tier 5 is plus 5% mastery modifier. Tier 6 is plus 10% mastery modifier. Tier 7 is plus 15% mastery modifier. And tier 8 is plus 20. Y'all, 5% is a huge difference. If you've got all your masteries for a certain section, like, I don't know, axes, and then you've got all the specialty axes, and you've got them all leveled 100, and all those mastery bonuses, they get combined together, and this mastery modifier takes all of those masteries you have in 100 in that particular little section, that weapon type, and gives you 5, 10, 15, 20%. That's why 8.4 can go in there and just own you. Especially if he's skilled, like a PvPer. Now, I'm not saying it's a guarantee. I'm saying it's a huge advantage. But I saw something today where they were using tier 4 gear and they were spending money on these weapons. They were attuning them, they were awakening them, attuning them, and they were getting insane damage. I'm like, where are they getting this insane damage when there's no modifier? Is the game broken? Is this whole mastery modifier thing bullshit? Is the code not working? Does it not really do what they claim? Because, I mean, it didn't make any sense. So I'm going to build a tier 4 set, and I'm going to spend some money on it, and I'm going to compare it to my tier 5.4 set, and we're just going to see what the hell. So anyway, this means that if you were initially receiving plus 100 item power from masteries and specialization, you would now get another plus 20 on top when using a tier 8 spear. Plus 20 item power. All right, let me pause. I want to know what item power. I want to know what item power is. There's so much debate on this. Oh, more to the mastery modifier. Another Albion wiki. I don't know if the same one, but for some reason this is a different page. Mastery modifier is an attribute found in combat-related items with a percentage value divisible by 5. This attribute boosts the total item power granted by these two kinds of things. The respective mastery node, all the related specialization nodes, see weapon and armor specializations. See, it says all the related specialization nodes. That's everything in that bracket or whatever. Like axe, and then all the axes that you've leveled to 100. All that crap gets added together, I guess. So furthermore, it's worth mentioning that this attribute does not multiply base item power of any item with its percentage value. There's that item power. Fixing to go check that out. Furthermore, it's worth mentioning that this attribute does not multiply base item power of any item with its percentage value. It's an attribute found in combat-related items with the percentage value divisible by 5. This attribute boosts the total item power granted by these two kinds of things. Not the weapon in itself, but the respective mastery nodes, your destiny board, and all the related specialization nodes that you have at level 100 for that specific mastery node. Like I was mentioning, like Battle Axe or Axe Warrior, whatever it's called, and all the axes. And furthermore, it's worth mentioning, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I read that already. With 800 base item power of a tier 5 item, okay, I love tier 5, and mastery modifier 5%, the player will still be granted 0 additional item power with the respective mastery, and all the related specialization nodes on level 0. Although this is technically impossible due to the minimum required level of 10 mastery is required before equipping such an item. Basically, consider the base item. That made no sense. With 800 base item power of a tier 5 item and mastery modifier 5%, the player will still be granted 0 additional item power with the respective mastery and all its related specials. Why would you even mention that? First of all, I don't have anything level 800. Well, see, that's confusing. Why would you even put that in here? That's like, hey, let's confuse them. Let's add some bullshit that's totally irrelevant to screw their thinking. Don't tell me shit like this. Tell me what is real. Damn. Basically, consider the base item power of an item. What is this? Who wrote this? Although this is technically impossible due to the minimum required level of 10 mastery is required before equipping such an item. Yeah, so why mention it? Basically, consider the base item power of an item on top of these bonuses respective special item mastery nodes. The top bonus is multiplied with the mastery modifier and then added to that power. The mastery modifier is basically the bonus of the bonus. Mastery modifier occurs in items from tier 5 to tier 8, ever so increasing. This encourages use of higher tier combat armor and weapons when you have obtained specializations and mastery with it. It's worth mentioning that the item power of an item visible by the player is the end result of all the item power related calculations. This can be easily seen because all the base item power are divisible by 100, always end with 2 zeros. Alright, what is item power? This guide is based on the original guide from the official website. Please enhance and add that. I want to see the original guide. Ooh, not found. Well, hell. Alright, so they got rid of the guide. Item power. Here we go. Item power is an integer number that scales up the base attributes of any item it resides, and base attribute of skills residing such item. Mostly flat values are scaled. See scaling below. Also, the value of item power assigned to gear pieces, such as armor, weapons, mounts, and consumables, provides a measurement of its strength. Players can increase item power of every single gear piece they wear by progressing in the Destiny board, either via mastery or specialization levels of even gathering nodes but crafting nodes. That didn't make sense. Or specialization levels of even gathering nodes but crafting nodes. What in the hell? But crafting nodes. There's something missing. I don't want your damn cookies. I hate websites that offer. Holy shit, this is long. But crafting nodes. A new player would assume that higher crafting skills meant better item power, but this was not the case. See quality and scaling below. An increase in item power will improve most of the respective equipment stat bonuses and skills. See scaling below. Scaling is important because only the scaling equipment has the same attributes, stats, the same power of skills on the same item power of any equipment. Whoever wrote this is an idiot. For example, the passive skill courier is present on both mounts and boots and will scale with item power to both mounts and boots. It is worth mentioning that scaling factor can be different in different contexts. Courier, blah, blah, blah. For example, the obviously more valuable on mounts compared to boots. Who gives a shit? I want to know armor and weapons. All the player needs to know about the magnitude. It's like they don't want you to know. It's like, okay, we don't really know how to explain our mechanics here, so just say this. All the player really needs to know about the magnitude of this increase is that the higher the item power of an equipment, the higher the stats or base attribute bonuses. The higher the stat or base attribute bonuses and skill strengths for each item power point. This means that the player scales faster on higher node levels, and therefore it is more valuable to focus leveling a single mastery or specialization because it is more stat and skill power efficient in case of all but crafting and gathering nodes. So in crafting and gathering nodes, your item power don't mean shit of the Destiny board. It just says it right here. Efficient in case of all but the crafting and gathering nodes. So having a tier 8 gathering thing versus a tier 4 gathering thing with, the higher IP don't mean shit when you're gathering. It says it right here. I mean, this is the Albion Wiki. In case of crafting and gathering, the same applies, but for different reasons. Certain instances and areas are subject to item power cap. What? Why would you say it didn't, and now you say it does? You're seeing it. You're reading it right here. It's like here it says efficient in case of all but crafting and gathering nodes of the Destiny board. And then right after it goes, in case of crafting and gathering, the same applies. But you just said it didn't apply. And now you're saying the same applies, but it's for a different reason. What? What's the reason? Oh my God, whoever wrote this is an idiot. Just because you understand it in your mind, you didn't think about somebody who's totally clueless. You got to convey it to them. People who know things have a hard time dropping their level of understanding down to somebody who doesn't. You got to layman's terms. Y'all never heard of speaking layman's terms? Oh, master of all knowledge. Lower your mentality down to the dumbass level so people like me can understand what the hell this crap means. I don't have all your experience. I don't have all your knowledge in this bullshit. I'm learning. You're just throwing the shit at us right here. Just shit it at them right there. Just splatter that crap out there and let them piece it together and figure it out. Whoever wrote this is an idiot. Certain instances and areas are subject to item power cap restrictions. Yeah, when they nerf your ass when you go into an instance dungeon or whatever. Item power is shortened to IP often. Average item power. The average item power is calculated average of all the IP of your gear. This number is purely for reference purely for reference. Reference to what? This number is purely for reference, as raising the average does not necessarily mean that a certain aspect, such as damage, is higher. So if a player has higher IP than you can still be more powerful than them? Obviously so. For example, in order to increase damage of a weapon, you would need to increase the IP of that very weapon you are using. Which means the weapon's IP can be higher than your total overall average. Like you might have, I'm just making some shit up, 1600 on your weapon and 800 on all the gear you're wearing. But your weapon's going to be like a surprise if, say, your IP's at 1000 and somebody goes, ooh, he's only got 1000 IP, but he's wearing an 8.3 weapon, which that happened to me in that one video. I thought, ooh, this dude's got like barely 1000 IP. I ran up there and he owned me. That makes sense. This makes total sense in that respect. For example, in order to increase damage of a weapon, you would need to increase the IP of that very weapon you are using, even though adding more IP to armor could raise the average IP regardless of the otherwise not scaling damage of the weapon. So, raising the IP of your armor ain't gonna do shit to raise the scaling damage of your weapon's IP, I guess. Items taken into account when calculating average IP are headgear, chest gear, boots, main hand, offhand, if applicable, cape, or pack. Note that the satchel slot does not count towards average IP. To view your average IP, you can open your inventory and click on the little left arrow button at the top left corner of it. See gallery, for example. To see average IP of other players, you can inspect them. But average IP don't mean shit. They could be wearing low-level gear and have a badass weapon, a tier 8 weapon, and beat the dog snot out of you. Inspecting. Select the players. Click or tap on its portrait round picture of the player character face. Select, inspect. Yeah, we know how to do this. You know how to inspect a player. Click on their portrait, blah, blah, blah. Okay, determining item power. Here we go. The base item power of a piece of gear is determined by 4 factors. The tier it is, the type, the enchantment, and the quality. Alright. In case of tier, the same equipment might appear with a different name on a different tier. In case of consumables, the item will be different, but item power scaling will not matter because the stats of these will be different item by item. But tier by tier, for example, beef stew appears as goat stew and mutton stew as well. See stew. The same is true for enchanting foods. For example, a food enchanted from uncommon to rare will be different by nature and not only item power. These are false item power scaling items. These are false items power scaling items. Item power itself cannot be changed for foods by qualifying also. All the tools except fishing rods possess item power points based on tier. But in these cases, the item power changes, but the item power of the tools does not affect gathering speed directly. The player, well, what the hell good is it for? The player, however, will still gather faster, even though what he just said doesn't affect it directly, with better specializations in gathering. Oh, your destiny board. So, once again, they're saying that the item power for gathering gear doesn't do shit for you, but you'll still be able to gather faster with better specializations in gathering. But the percentage value which can be seen in the tool's attribute list will never change, no matter what consumable you take. As far as increasing the IP goes, I guess, is what it's trying to say. The most, if not all, the consumables and certain skills, especially with percentage values, will work with a false scaling mechanic. Well, why have them if it's false? If it's a false scaling mechanic, why waste your money in silver on them? See how confusing this is? This makes no damn sense to me whatsoever. In case of type, the required crafting material is different, so there are item groups utilizing a similar type of required crafting material. All weapons, armors possess type in a similar fashion. All weapons, armors possess type in a similar fashion. See type below. Some of the mounts can be upgraded to battle mounts. All tools have Avalonian counterparts. In case of enchantment, weapons, armors, and fishing rods can be enchanted for sure. There is a few mounts appear as enchanted, but the enchantment on item is basic and cannot be changed. In case of consumables, the item will be different, but item power scaling will not matter because the stats of these will be different item by item. But enchantment by enchantment, some consumables can be enchanted up to 0.1, others cannot be. In case of quality, each quality level, is this official? This is official. Certain mounts cannot be qualified, maybe only the seasonal challenge reward mount. There are 8 tiers of gear, but the first 3 tiers are incomplete in case of armor. There are 8 tiers of gear, but the first 3 tiers are incomplete. Or incompetent in case of armor and weapons. But potions and food and possibly other items like resources may be competent. Each equipment's base item power is 700 on tier 4. This is the case to every single item in the game. Each tier of equipment above tier 4 has got 100 more base item power compared to tier 4. And the tier before, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 100. I guess it's just saying that for assumption. In case of combat armor and weapons, each tier will also grant higher mastery modifier attributes or stats, which increases the item power further based on points granted by specializations and masteries. Does that make sense to y'all? It kind of does to me. I like how it's each equipment's base item power is 700 on tier 4. This is the case to every single item in the game. So a tier 4 has a base of 700 item power. That's why you don't see anybody running around in tier 2, tier 3 crap. The base power starts at tier 4. And you only gain 100 base item power? Well, how much is 100? How much damage does 100 cause on a weapon? What's the base damage on a tier 5 weapon? Okay, mastery modifier. Base considered base item power of an item on top of... Did I read all this other crap? In case of armor combat, also grant higher mastery modifier. Yeah, okay. Basically, consider the base item power of an item. On top of that base, there is the bonus from the respective specialization and mastery nodes. That top bonus, they keep saying top bonus, that top bonus is multiplied with the mastery modifier and then added to the item's power. Okay, so you take the top bonus value, multiply it with the mastery modifier, which is 5, 10, 15, or 20%. And then take that multiplied value, I guess, and add it to the item's power. The mastery modifier is basically the bonus of the bonus. See mastery modifier. The type of gear is determined by additional resource required to craft it. In case of armors and weapons, generally speaking, each type is a level of equipment with 25 additional IP. What? Each type is a level of equipment with 25 additional IP to the one lower level before, but this is not accurate. See table below. Currently, there are normal, artifact, royal, misty, and Avalonian weapons and armors from which artifact has got 3 types, and there are overlapping levels too. There are 3 artifact levels currently based on what the artifact is made of, either rune, soul, or relic, ascending in that order. The player can see the armors and weapons each individual level of type in the Destiny board by selecting a fighting mastery node. See gallery below. In case of gathering, the item type difference is only present in case of tools, but not the gathering armor. There are Avalonian and normal tools which disregards item power. There are Avalonian and normal tools which disregards item power and just straight up better except fishing. And just straight up better except fishing rod, which does not disregard item power. And just straight up better. What kind of explanation is that? In case of mounts, the mount gets so much different that item power no longer compares them much. The player can check out battle mounts at higher tier nodes on the adventure line in the Destiny board. People used to call Royal, Misty, and Avalon equipment as artifact gear too, even though these are rather made out of their special items to artifacts. Here we go. Base IP difference to simple or normal fighting tree equipment for each tier. Simple. I don't get this. Each tier. Okay, where's the tier level? How do I know what tier level is talking about? Base IP difference to simple or normal fighting tree equipment for each tier. Artifact, Misty, Avalonian. Eh? Simple 0, simple 0, simple 0, Royal 25, Artifact 25, Artifact 50, Artifact 75, Misty 75, Avalonian 100. What is this? That don't even make sense. For example, normal gear, which doesn't need any special item for crafting, will have lower base IP compared to an artifact equipment, which needs an artifact to be crafted. Each artifact level is higher by 25 IP to the normal gear IP and the artifact level. Oh, like my scholar outfit. It doesn't need any artifacts to be created. Maybe that's why it's so damn squishy. Does high damage, but as soon as I go up against a PvPer, they just like beat me, like just beat me down fast. That sucks. So you get an extra 25 IP from an item that needs an artifact crafted. Enchantments. There are 4 types of enchantments: uncommon, rare, exceptional, and pristine or legendary, which are marked with decimals based on their tier level 1, 2, 3, and 4. I did not see a 4 in here, buddy. And respectively. For example, 5.1 means tier 5 uncommon equipment. Each enchantment level adds 100 IP. See enchanting. For an extensive table of item power for each enchantment and item in the game. Each enchantment level adds 100 IP. So 5.1 to 5.1 would be a plus 100, a 5.4 would be a plus 400. That's what it's saying? Okay. There are 5 different item qualities, and each gives a higher bonus to the overall IP, up to the best quality of 100 item power of a masterpiece quality item. See quality for an extensive table of item power to quality relation of every single item in the game. Scaling. Scaling to item power is important because the same item power level of different items might mean an equal skill or spell strength on these items. There is a good bunch of passive skills present in very different items. These passive skills might be different item by item, but will be the same in their respective category. The hell does that mean? Passive skills. Basically, the player itself can figure out which are the scaling attributes of an equipment or skill tiresome by checking the same equipment at higher and lower tier in the Destiny board. Be aware though, since there are items which are not scaling to item power but will be different tier by tier. The best example of this is potions and foods. The reason is that these are completely different items, even if their name suggests otherwise. Even enchanted potions are different to regular potions. Some of the attributes and effects will not be different depending on item power, but will be different depending on their tier level, mostly in amounts. or the mounts, or enchantment, mostly farming related items. Item power may improve the base attributes of the item itself, or its own skills or abilities, attributes or stats or bonuses. Damn, this got long. Not all attributes of the equipment will be improved as the equipment item power increases. So what it's saying is not all the attributes of the equipment will be improved as the equipment item power increases. In other words, you can increase the item power in some shit and it ain't gonna do damn shit for it. Not all attributes of the equipment's individual skills will be improved as the item power increases. What? So if you're wearing higher IP equipment, you're not necessarily going to have your attributes enhanced. Not all attributes of the equipment's individual skills will be improved as the equipment item power increases. Wow, see, this is confusing as hell. Why can't they just have a base, easy to read and understand, blah, 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 blah? Damn. So if you want to get good at PvP, I'm starting to see this right now. You really need to understand scaling, your destiny board, your what the IP, when the IP matters, when it doesn't matter. Yeah. What you're wasting your slots on and what you're not. Which ones affect the other ones. They're always nerfing this stuff too, so you can spend a month trying to figure out like an uber badass build. And as soon as somebody posts a YouTube video about it, somebody gets word, they're gonna nerf that shit. I mean, if you got this many mechanics going on in a game, it's gonna be hard for a group of people without trial and error testing the shit out of it in thousands of scenarios. Yeah, this is confusing. Uh, in case of gathering gear, armor pieces, item power does not affect gathering yield. Crafting masteries and specializations increase the chance of a better quality crafted item, and the item quality provides item power bonuses to the crafted item. Gathering nodes of the Destiny board, the item power benefit applies in 3 different ways. In case of gathering gear, armor pieces, item power does not affect gathering yield. Item power applies on the base attributes and certain skill effect attributes of the gathering gear as well. Item power on fishing rod increases fishing speed. And not very useful base attributes of it also. Item power on demolition hammer exists but does not affect deconstruction speed. Item power on all other tools exists but does not affect gathering speed. For all the other tools, gathering speed changes. For all the other tools, gathering speed changes by specialization nodes of the Destiny board, not the item power. Equipment-based attributes that are scaling or improving with item power. The following attributes will never scale with item power. In case of weapons and armor, mastery modifier. In case of seeds, daily watering cost, focus cost, space required, growth time. In case of bred animals, daily nurture cost, focus cost, space required. Yeah. I experienced that the other. In case of mounts, move speed bonus, the gallop speed will never scale to item power, but is very likely different for each tier. Time until gallop. However, in case of fishing rods, all of their base attributes will be improved by item power. In case of offhand slot equipments, all their base attributes, disregarding mastery modifier, will be improved by item power. All the other armor and weapon base attributes will only improve with item power if the attribute's value is not a percentage value. Ability or skill or spell attributes that are scaling or improving with item power. Telling a skill whether is scaling with item power or is not scaling just by the look requires basic knowledge about abilities. Each skill consists of two main parts, a spell effect with its attributes in the following spell effect, and the ability's own attributes in the following other attributes or ability attributes. The spell own attributes can be cost, range, channeling time, etc. The ability effect can be dealt damage, increased resistance values, healing value, etc. Only the spell effect, and rarely the cooldown from the other attributes, scales to item power. Even though the other attributes will not scale with the equipment's item power, those can be altered in various other ways, including buffs of other equipment spells, and so on. The other attributes are well separated from the spell effects in each ability description. Most of the skill effect descriptions containing ability attributes too. For example, the wind wall spells description contains the width of the wind wall, and it is always 12 meters wide, no matter the item power, because it is not the effect. The effect is that it knocks back enemies. Related information about skills or spells or abilities. A single spell can be a part of a handful of ability categories. The skill categories are corresponding to the spell skills. For example, if a skill heals players, then it is a healing ability. And the area that you're in affects spells and stuff too. Like, I can go out into the cracked earth, and my heals on my blight staff will drop down to like 120, 121, 122. I can turn around and walk right back into the player starting area, crossroads, or whatever the hell it's called, uh, and heal a player. And I guess there's no modifiers in that area, and I can hit like 130 something per tick just by going into, the little beginner area city thing. It's not really a city, but it's like a little town, where you come off your ship off the starter island and boom, you're there. Yeah, it's weird. It's like a over a 10-point difference. Not doing anything, just going into a different area. So you've got all these things that are constantly changing your abilities, your numbers, the values that all your stuff is putting out. So you got damage, all these. And then you've got connection between the scaling and color numbers and description abilities. Anyway, how long have I been recording? Holy shit, 48 minutes. And then, I mean, look, there's a bunch more crap. Look at this. Too much for me to put in this video. So go here. It's a page discussion. It's titled Item Power. This guide is based on the original guide, which is 404 now, doesn't even exist, from the official website. Please enhance and add things if you think are missing. So I don't know if this is legit. It seems legit. Surely people would have raised hell over this had it been bullshit. It's on the Albion wiki page discussion. It looks like they put a lot of time and effort into this. Look at this. There's so much. There's so much. Look at this. It's crazy. Example of inspected. All right. See, she's wearing tier 4. Look, tier 4, tier 4, tier 3, tier 3. Average item power 673. Go back. All right, go back. And then average item power 870, focus 0, learning points 28, reputation. Okay, average. I don't know what the point in this was. Go back. Yeah, gallery. Example of inspected player page showing average IP at the top corner. Example of average IP in the details of the inventory screen. And then each type of equipment marked with different colors and numbers. Let's check that out. Plate, helmet, fighter. What is it trying to tell me? What was the point in that? The scrollable scaling table of abilities of all the boots and sandals. So why is everybody using tier 4 when you get a +5 with a 5 point? Why are you making a 4.4? Is it cost? You know what? Maybe it's cost. I'm gonna pause a minute. Okay, game boss. So I'm building a tier 4 set. And I would build a tier 4.4 set, but I want to see how cheap I can make a good tier 4 PvP set that I'm not afraid to lose. You know, and I want to see how much it costs to make this tier 4.3. And I got to build my sarcophagus shield, but anyway, I made all these items, see, made by me. Made by me, made by me, made by me, made by me. I'm gonna change this because I like the Avalonian cape, which is I just like that extra 300-400 damage, you know, upon impact. Like when a ganker hits you, boom, they automatically get hit for it. It's nice. They tell you, don't wear that. That's shitty, you know, no real people. And I'm like, well, it saved my life a couple times because I had a ganker come up on me and hit me, and then boom, right off the bat, it took half his freaking life away before I even had time to react. So, I don't know. Yeah, it costs a little bit of money, but I'm going to build one. So, anyway, I'm going to pause for a second. What was I building? Oh, yeah, I got to build this sarcophagus shield. See, it takes one of these. It says they're 208 silver for this tier 4. When you actually click on it, which is here, I think that costs more than 208 silver, but whatever the market says. So anyway, I'm gonna make that. All right, and I'm first gonna go to a tier 4 area and beat the shit out of some mobs. So I'm gonna pause now for a minute. Yeah, so my Adept's Avalonian Cape. Oh, I need this. See, this takes 2 artifact items. That is 6,000. Hmm. Dang it. Avalonian Cape. Adept's Avalonian Cape. Isn't that what I'm making? Oh, this. Adept's Avalonian Crest. Let me see if I got any of those. I did happen to have one. So now it's saying that they cost 25K in the market. I had a stack of 5. Wait a minute, is that right? No, that was for a stack of 4. Supposedly they cost 6,400. That's cheap. That's pretty cheap. So I'm gonna go build that real quick. Alright, so I got what I needed to build the Adept's Avalonian Cape. Oh, I need a... What? There. I gotta sacrifice a cape to make a cape. Whatever. So how much do these cost? Roughly 18. Well, I round everything. So 2,000 silver for the cape. 6,500 for that. So just say 7, 8, 9. What was the other thing it needed? And 15 of these. This is where the money's going to be. 15. Split this into 15. I want to see how much a stack is. There's the 15 stack. So 15 of these is, 57,000. So the Avalonian cape is probably the most expensive item I'm going to have on here. So 60,000 roughly. So 60, 70, and yeah, about 70,000 to build that cape, roughly. Yeah. because it needs that and that and these. It's about 70,000 to build this cape. So if I go into a full loop PvP, that's 70,000 I'm going to lose right off the bat. But it makes your battles more survivable, I think. So now I have my cape that I love. Look at this. I hit level 106 in my sarcophagus thing the other day. Pretty sweet. So tier 4, unenchanted, is 976, and I could go raise the... I want to see how much it costs to raise the quality. Get back on your thing. Yeah, I want to see how much it costs to raise quality for the IP boost. Hopefully it's cheap. You know what I was gonna do? Let me pause for a second. Okay, so not counting what it cost me to create this tier 4 outfit, just base, no high end. I'm just gonna enchant it to 4.3. Just the weapon and the chest piece, headpiece, foot, my shield, and that cape. I'm not gonna do shit with that bag. Because they said the bag IP does not get calculated into the IP thing. So, give me a second. Sorry about that. Got interrupted by the phone. But anyway, what was I talking about? I put $1 million in here because I'm going to attune these things. And I have all the runes, but I'm going to go buy them because they shouldn't be that much. And to do these weapons and this gear to 0.3, because I want to see just exactly how much it costs. No, actually, I'm going to use my runes, DVD amounts, and yeah. Okay, I'm going to do that. So anyway, I want to increase the quality of these things to at least to excellent. So that'll be part of the 1 mil. Why is all this crap open? So let's see what this guy charges me. Alright, so we're starting $1 million. The million's going to be for enchantment, and damn. We'll just see how much he charges me to not enchant, but to re-roll these to quality. And I want them at excellent. I want them at this one right here. Excellent rating. Because see, the item power jumps to 955. Right now, the item power is at 915. So, let's see, 2004. Damn, that is cheap. So, 2441. Get out of the way. Reroll again, 2930. Alright, that wasn't very much. So now we're at excellent on that. I hate that you gotta close this crap out every time. So now I put the chest piece. Actually, let's just put them all over there and see what kind of luck we have. 4 at a time. I like to do 4 at a time. Alright, so try one chance to reroll. Chest, head. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Alright, so 8952. Reroll. None of them hit. Yeah, that's a good. So now it's 11,068. Reroll. Alright, the chest piece hit. Sweet. So can I move that back? Nope. So I gotta exit out and reload.
You're welcome. What's broken?
So exit out, reload. We're gonna put the boots. Shoot. Am I recording? Yeah. So put all this crap back over there. I guess I could just hit Control Shift, yeah. And the headpiece. Alright, so these are all okay. 9970 to reroll. Yeah.
No
Anything hit? No. Okay, 11556 to reroll. Alright, it looks like 2 items hit. A cape hit, excellent, and the sarcophagus hit, excellent. So exit. Now we need the boots. And oh, switch it. Okay, the boots and the headpiece. Because the bag, they said on that website, the bag IP does not count toward the IP pool. So I'm not gonna wasted. So 1,953 roll, yeah. Oh, look at that. They both hit excellent at the same time. Sweet. So that was cheap. That was less than 2,000 for 2 items. All right, so now all my crap is at excellent. So now our IP, our average is 958. If I take the bag out, it's still 958. See how the bag doesn't affect it at all? So I guess that part's true. Now, the only thing about this weapon is it doesn't have any mastery modifier. Oh, I need to switch my stuff. Rending Rage and this one. And, yeah, this one, I think. Nope, Life's Leech. I like Life Leech, okay. Alright. So, what are we doing? 87 damage. And a tier 5 flat is 95 auto attack damage. So see the damage difference in these weapons? Damage per second, 105 on a flat 5. Damage per second on a 4 is 96. So it's 9 points of damage more on a flat 5. Yeah, see? On damage per second. The penetration's plus 30. The penetration's plus 30 on a 4. Max health 87 on a flat 4. Max health plus 93 on a flat 5. And then you got that health regeneration plus 5 on a flat 5. Health regeneration plus 5 on a flat 4. So the only thing that's really different is your damage per second, which is 9 points of damage per second difference. And then you got the 5% mastery modifier on a flat 5. Huh. So there's not a whole lot of difference except for that mastery modifier. And the cost on this is way cheaper on a tier 4 set. Holy shit. See, I had an even 1 million and we're down to 951,000. So I use like 48,000. I'll just round it. 49,000 silver just to get these items up to excellent quality. Now that can vary, by probably, I'd say 20% in cost, which still isn't bad. So we are almost at 1,000. So now let's go enchant this crap. And you know what's funny? Look at my resources. I can make 1,000 of these outfits easily. Look at that. Look at how much tier 4 stacks of 999. I can make a ton of these tier 4 outfits. Even I don't have as much. I got almost 2 stacks of 999 on the tier cloth, but I only need that for the, what was it, the helmet, I think. And then even in my ore, I mean, and this is easy. You can get this shit in any tier 4 zone. Any tier 4 zone to make these tier 4 items. And here, all I need is the tier 4, this right here. Put that back over there. So I need to go get some more steel bars or buy some. Either way. Did I unload everything? I need to, put my Avalonian crap. And of course you got these artifacts you need, but I got 7 of these to make more sarcophagus shields. Yeah. And you don't even have to make your crap, y'all. Y'all could go buy this stuff. Y'all could probably buy this stuff cheaper than what I'm making it for. I mean, that's actually true. Which doesn't make sense, but I like making my own stuff, So, where did that go? Crap, I forgot where I put it. I think it was in that one. It could be right here. What in the world did I do with it? Oh my goodness, I'm gonna waste time looking for this crap. Did I put it in here? Yeah, see, I've got plenty of tier 4 of these tier 4 things. So I'm gonna take a couple stacks. I don't think I'll need that many. Just grab all the tier 4 crap. I need more tier 4 of those. I don't think I'll need any energy and stuff. That's only if I awaken the weapon. I'm probably not going to awaken the weapon. Alright, so I need 3 different things. 1, 2, 3. I'm probably going to have to buy some more of this because I don't have much. So 259 of them supposedly is 131k. I think you need like... I don't remember how much you need. Oh, here's where the Avalonian energy goes. Alright. Alright, so that's that.
Attention.
Alright, so I'm back in Limhurst Artifact Foundry, dude. And enchant your weapon. So the weapon, which is the primary thing, requires 288 of those tier 4 items. So I want to split a stack of 288 just to see how much they cost on average. 288 split. Alright, so here's the stack of 288. 288 supposedly of those cost 3,808 silver for a stack of 288. So, interesting. Alright. 288 of those. So enchant that. Oh, forgot to look at it. So now we're at 974 item power. And what was I?
What a marvelous contraption.
So that's tier 1, 4.1. All right. Man. How much is my inventory worth right now? 272,000 for all of that. Minus the 288, which was what? 4,000 rounded off. Alright. And now let's see how much this axe is worth. This is where the estimated value doesn't match. Yeah, see, it says it's 15,000. So I guess that's about right. Alright, well, let's just keep doing this.
Runes are but pieces
So,
of a puzzle.
see if I got enough to do 0.2. So I need 288 of these. Put that back there. Let's split this stack. I ain't got enough in this stack. Split this stack to 288. So 288 of these cost 27,000. Okay, so rounded, we're about at 31,000 in enchantment cost just for the weapon. So 27, I'm gonna say 28,000. Current price of this weapon is 15,156. So 15,156 plus, we'll just say 30,000, 28,000. So 28,000 plus the present cost. 28, 38, 40. What is that? 42,000. Supposedly. We'll see if this goes up to 48,000 to reflect the actual value of the 27,144 in these runes. So realistically, you take the cost of the runes and it should increase the cost of the weapon. So 27,000 plus 15, so 27 plus 10, 37 plus 5. What'd I say? Oh my God, my brain ain't working. I'm gonna round this to 30. 30. 45. Let's just say 45,000. When I upgrade this axe should change its value to 45,000 market value. Here we go.
Unveil your secret.
Now how much is this axe worth? 45,874. Okay, so that's accurate. The estimated market value. Okay, cool. That factored in. So now what's the next enchantment going to cost? So far, the estimated market value is accurate. So now I need 288 of these. And I only have 259. So 259 of these is worth 131 credits. It's the 0.3 is what kicks your butt. You know what? I'm just going to stop this at 0.2. Because I rarely see anybody at 0.3. I see them at 0.2. Yeah. All right. So let's just do everything at 0.2. I should have enough. So oh, come on. Now the chess piece is the second most important thing. So right now, a flat 4 chess piece is worth 3,000. Round it is worth 4,000. So I'm going to chant it. It's a 4,000 artifice guy.
Refuse and then chant.
So 4,000 base value. We're going to chant. Oh, 192. So 192 of these is worth 192 split. That's 93, dum dum. 192 split. All right, so 192 of these is worth 2,500. So round it to 3. So 3,000 and chess piece and 4,000. So 7,000. So when I enchant this, it should be around 7,000 in value. So enchant.
Watch your fingers.
Now what's it worth? 9,859 in value. Sweet. And then I'm going to bring it to 4.2. So 192 of these is how much? Let me split. 192 split. So there's a stack of 192. Costs 18,000. So just barely over 18. So we're going to say 18,000. So this chest piece should increase in value by 18,000. So round this to 10. So 10, 28. Should be worth about 28,000 when we enchant this.
With diligence.
So now it's 0.2, 4.2, and it's worth 35,000. So sweet. All right. And that's to fluctuate everybody adding more to make a profit, because you got to have that profit. So I don't know. I think it is cheaper to make them yourself, just a little bit cheaper. I mean, somebody's making 7,000 profit, right at 7,000 profit off this, 7,000 silver. So that's good. All right. So that's 0.2. So now that we know that the formula is working, I'm just going to rapidly do the rest of them. Because the ETA, the estimated market value, should be accurate when we come down here and click on. Right now, the equipment's worth 664,912. So roughly 665,000 is what this tier 4 armor set's at right now, but it's fixing to go up. So this is like if you want to build a $1 million armor set and have 0.2. You could build a 1.5 and get it all to 0.3. So I just wanted to make sure the increases of everything you're doing truly reflects on its estimated market value. So far it is. So it's a little bit above, but that's because of the profit margin. So that's bad. I can live with that. That's actually better, I think. So enchant this. Enchant it again if I got enough. I'm gonna. Alright, I want the boots enchanted. This is cool. This is cool. I want my shield enchanted. 96. That actually takes less. That's about half of what the chest piece and the weapon cost. So that's 0.2. That's 0.2. I want my cape at 0.2. Hell yeah. It's 96. I mean, shit, if you're going to invest in that cape, invest in it. 96. Alright, so 0.2, 0.2, 0.2, 0.2, 0.2, 0.2. Alright. So now what's our 4.2 gear item worth? It's worth 738,017. You know what? I'm gonna take it to 0.3. 0.3 is as high as you could take it, so let me pause for a minute. I'm gonna go buy some more of these things since I don't have enough. I'm gonna buy we'll see what a 500,000 will get me. You know what? I'm not gonna do 0.3. I want to see what this build will do at 0.2. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I had a tier 8 ox on, which jumped the value up significantly. So I switched it to a tier 3 ox, which brought the equipment down to 272,516. So that's an impressive armor set. Stats wise, IP wise, I'm at 1,158 IP. That's enough to do tier 5, tier 6 dungeons. Yeah, you got to be at least at 1,000. And even if it is 1,100, we're still hitting it. And this is all 0.2. So, and I still got 951K out of that 1 million. So that's pretty good. So, yeah, now that I realize that's cheap, I was trying to build $1 million armor set. So now I'm going to go put these suckers at 0.3. So here we go. So right now on the market, Limhurst Market, these things are 786 a piece. So I am going to buy, I'm going to buy 2 stacks of 999. I don't need them, but so my $1 million thing here is irrelevant now because the actual value of the items we're wearing is fairly true. Increase it by roughly 10% difference between buying it off the market and making it yourself. So I'm just going to stock up on these. Anything under 1,000, I'm going to buy. Because if this works out the way I'm thinking it is, I am going to build a shit ton of these outfits. And I'm going to buy up the market before I post this video. So, because I'm greedy. Nah, these people feel this stuff in the market daily. Like, I never run out of this stuff. So anyway, where am I at? I'm down to 469,000. I'm just gonna blow the whole million. I mean, if this, seeing what I'm seeing, I can sell this. I can make 10% profit off this. Easy. Worst case scenario, increase my crafting and just get my money back. You know, underbid everybody, which is what I do sometimes, just to get my money back. I ultimately like increasing all the levels. Oh, I hate this one crap. Anyway, I'm going to pause this so don't get... So I just spent most of the million with roughly 950,000 silver. And I got a full stack of 999. That's worth 506K. And then a stack of 401, 203K. So 203K, 5, 6, 7. It's actually showing these to be worth less than what I just spent because I spent 950,000 silver on these, and it's saying that they're only worth 700. Like 999 is worth 506, 401's worth 203. So 5, 6, 7, 700,000 silver. So that means I paid more than what what is the estimate? How much was that? If I buy one, 62% above average. So see, I just lost 207, 8, 9. Yeah, I just wasted 250,000 silver because I bought 62% above the average. If I would have went hopping and stayed around the 600 per item, I would have saved myself $250,000 silver apparently, but I'm a dumbass. But anyway, just take it as a learning error. But that'll give me enough to do all these at tier 3. So here we're going.
I am listening.
I meant to say tier 4.3. My brain doesn't always correlate things correctly. But anyway, so our present value. What in the hell? Get out of the way. Damn it. So our equipment's worth 272,516 as of right now. And then now we're going to see what it's worth. It's 96 on that one. 192 on that one. Full durability. How did we take a point damage? Oh my goodness. 5 silver. Really? I don't know what we did to lose our durability, but
You have my
what a pain in the
attention.
ass. Enchant. That takes 96. Weapon enchant. Takes 288 for the weapon. That's the most expensive part. Go ahead and do my cape, because I want to see total value of a maxed. Well, it ain't 4.4, but it's 4.3. So your mount and all this crap. See, we're at 1258. Mount don't mean shit. Bag don't mean shit. The cape is supposed to affect it. Yeah, see, the cape made it drop down to 1081. So you want your cape. Shield. Yep, shield made a big difference. Boots, of course. See, 1041. Remove chest piece. 1258. Drops it down to 1042. Yeah, and of course your weapon. So to keep your IP at a good level, everything except for the potions and the consumable slots, your mount and your bag don't affect it. So all these things on me right now is what affects your IP. You just saw me do it. 1258 IP, add the mount, add the bag, still 1258 IP, whether that's attached or not, according to that website. So now all of our gear. Oh yeah, and what is this outfit worth now? 662,789. So for under 1,000,000 silver, you can build a tier 4.3 unattuned. We haven't awakened this yet, but let's go see what this damn thing could do in battle. Okay, so here's a tier 4 area, tier 4 mobs, Frostweaver. Let's see what we got. Oh wow. Come on. Holy shit! Holy shit, it feels like my 5.4 set. Let me find something more difficult. Just to let you know, I'm wearing the tier 4 item we just did. And I'm fixing to take on this whole mob, including this glowy down here. So here we go. Oh my goodness. It's awesome! Shields. It's a tidbit weaker, but surprisingly, oh my god. I need heal. I need my life. I need my heal. Get the hell off my screen. Dang. We took that mob out pretty good. I mean, it was just a tad bit weaker. It just felt a tad bit weaker than my 5.4. That's crazy. That is crazy. And this is a 4.3. Wow. Now I know why everybody's wearing 4.3 in PvP. It's cheap and wow. Look at this. Look at that. I'm still beating the snot out of these. Holy crap. I gotta find an awakened. I gotta go against an awakened now. I gotta go against an awakened. I mean, these guys here are just too damn easy. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Man, if this was 4.4, of course, it would be like stupid. It would be worth 5 million then. But you gain 100 IP for every what is it called? Enchantment. So as a base. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 600 as a base. I don't think that's stacked, so I think it'd just be 100 extra on this. Yeah, it'd have to be. That's what makes sense. A shared base. So it would, a 4.4 would probably only bump us up to 1,358. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, because if you remove one of these, well, I don't know, that dropped quite a bit. 250. Maybe it does stack. But who's going to go in there with a 4.4 on? It would cost 5 mil. Easily cost 5 mil just to make it. It cost me 7 to 8 mil to make a 5.4. That's crazy. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Let's see if I can find a... Here's a glowy. Let's see what he does. He's not a spike boss, though. Pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, I'm not feeling much. I'm feeling just a tiny bit difference in it. But it's pretty damn good compared to my 5.4. It's pretty damn close. It's weird. My defense feels like it's a little bit better in my 5.4, but the damage, I can't really feel the damage difference, just slightly. See what this mob does. I could feel a little bit difference in that, but just barely. Try this one. Yeah, this is pretty good, y'all. Really is. It's crazy. It's crazy good. I mean, for under 700K, y'all can build it. Of course, you know your mastery modifier. I mean, if you look, I'm at 78 in my weapon, 96 in my jacket, 97 in my hood, 97. I haven't even hit 100 yet. And then I'm at 106 in my sarcophagus. So I'm sure that's helping a lot, but dang, y'all, it's 4. Now I see why everybody's running around PvP in 4.2, 4.3. That's crazy. That's cool. See what else I can find. This looks like a fun one. See if I can get them all up in a bunch. Yeah, come on. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Come on. Uh-oh, I may have overdid it. Shields. I love it. Sweet. That's pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good. See, I'm still wearing my tier 4 crap. Bring him over here. It's pretty good, though. It's pretty good. I mean, it's not quite as powerful. I mean, it's pretty close to my 5.4. This 4.3, I'm actually impressed with it. Wow, it's way cheaper, and it's about 90%. I mean, it feels about 90% of my 5.4 for some reason. I don't get it. If y'all have watched my past videos, you know I kill a lot of mobs, and I love tier 5, I love tier 4 mobs. So I've got quite a bit of killing under my belt for mobs. And man, I am really impressed with this. What I want to kill is a freaking spike boss. A 15 to 65,000 fame, spike boss. An awakened something. There's a nice little group. You can get them together. Shields. Sweet. Man, I'm really liking it. Pats, this is impressive. I can't believe it's this cheap to make. It's crazy. It's pretty damn cheap. I mean, look at that. Look at that. I just mowed them down. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah, this is sweet. This is freaking sweet. And I ain't even like awakened this weapon. Look, it is not awakened. It is not attuned. It's just a basic 4.3 weapon. Man, I could go over there and awaken this thing and attune it. But then, this is a gear I want to take into PvP. If I die and they rape me, they're only getting 662,795. And yeah, that sounds like a lot, but I would rather lose 700,000 than my 200,000 or 200 million 8.4 set. So this is pretty crazy. I mean, this is good, I think. Now, yellows, non-lethal, I wouldn't want to go PvP, but from what I've been seeing, most people that are going into full loop PvP, this is about what they're wearing. It's this kind of stuff. This is pretty dang cool. I mean, look, I'm holding my own with these guys. Running out of freaking energy. No, I didn't run out of energy. That's just cool. That's pretty freaking sweet. What are these guys wearing? I don't want to see stats. I want to inspect. See, they're wearing tier 6. And look, they're at 1201 IP power. And look at me. I'm at 1258 IP power. And they're wearing flat 6. That's crazy. That's crazy. I love it. I love it. They're probably looking at me like, dude's got 4.3 and he's just killing everything. That's cool. That is just cool. That is sweet. Man, I'm blown away by this, y'all. I am blown away by this. Look at that. It's just my auto attack. Of course, that's just a little melee scaly. Let's see. Well, these are weak mobs. I don't know. I like hunting those, the higher tier stuff. or higher enchanted stuff. That's just cool. I'm gonna end this video. I was hoping I'd find a spike boss. Let me pause and ride around for a minute. I love these mobs. I haven't found a spike boss yet, but I just not killing these freaking mobs. Look at that. 4.3, just mowing them down. I love these mobs. Love them. Love them. Damn trees in my way. What is this crap? Where's my mouse? I can't see my damn mouse. God, what is this crap popping up on my screen? You piece of... Go away. What in the hell? Go away. What is this? Go away. Go away. My goodness. The hell out of my damn view. Here's another mob. Die. Oh, you don't. Fuckers need to die. Always a damn pig. There's always, the last thing standing is always a damn pig. If you notice that? Mobs. 4.3, baby. This looks like a fun spot. And of course they're gonna... Get the hell off my screen! Come on! You running little bastard. That's a decent little mob. Wiped it out. I have not found a... Here we go! Spike boss! Spike boss! Oh yeah! Spike boss. See if this 4.3 can do on the spike boss. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We are... What is it? It's a resin marksman. Make sure no asshole comes over here and tries to steal it from me. Get out of the damn way. Activate. Oh yeah. Dude, we killed that. Almost as easy with this 4.3. Holy crap. Where's comms? How much did it give us? 2,249 silver. 15,289 fame. Risen Marksman. That was a spike boss. Those are tough. I just killed that 4.3. 4.3. Easy. Like, almost as easy as I do it in a 5.4. That's crazy. Crazy. I am blown away by this. I am blown away by this 4.3 set. And look, just so you know, 4.3. See? My 4.3. I did not change shit. And I've been sitting here talking, almost got myself killed. Isn't that badass? And it only cost 662,795 silver to make it or buy it. Actually, that's the market value. I can make it for about... I think I can make it for right at 500,000. But that, and I just looted all this crap running around. So you've seen it. Proof is in the pudding. Hello. Damn, I can't believe this. That 5% mastery. Now, I haven't tested this against another player, but I mean, it shouldn't be that much different than 5.4. This will give you way better chance of surviving in a PvP area than a flat set will. Like easy. Like easy. Like way better. Man, I'm blown away by this. This is awesome. 4.3, you've seen it. Here it is. Blah, blah, blah. Thank you for watching my video. I'm going to shut her off now because it's an hour and 40 minutes. I ain't got no way to. Anyway. Man, I love killing these things. That just blows my mind. Man, I love that. 4.3. Wow. Anyway, long live Albion. You kids be good. Can't be good. Be good at it. Don't do nothing illegal. Anyway, thanks for doing this. This is cool shit. I love it. Wow. Awesome. Y'all have fun now. So long. Bye-bye. Man.